Coming up on this episode, we'll recap yesterday and then we'll look to stay hot in the NBA with a couple more player props. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome on into the Thursday edition here of Winning Bets. I'm your host, Jason Mattis. As always, it's great to have you along. Let's go ahead and recap yesterday. And then, again, as I said there in the teaser, we'll look to stay hot in the NBA. I've got a couple more NBA props for you. I jumped in here nice and early because I want you guys to get the same value that I've got. So let's kick it off with the recap, and then we'll do it. All right, so as you guys can see there yesterday on the recap there, it was a roller coaster day. We started off doing pretty good in soccer. I did 4 soccer bets initially in Serie A. We hit over 2.5 in the Bologna match. That one cashed by halftime, so that was really nice that the research paid off, and it paid off quick. Then I'll skip that next one. Then we did the Roma-Croce. Both teams to score. No, that one was a little bit of a trip up there. Unfortunately, Roma gave up a goal in about, I think it was the 75th minute. It was off a corner. They just let a guy get his head on the end of it. Really unfortunate because Roma was, completely dominating that match and just, had a little lapse in judgment there on one set piece. But that's all right. Then we bounced back because Ciro Immobile, he got a goal in the second half. He actually got a goal in the first half, but there was an offsides in the build-up of the play. But then he did actually get the goal in the second half, so we got that finally, that bet to cash. If we circle back there on that second note there, that three-legged parlay, we did take through a three-legged parlay. We took Atalanta, Roma, and Napoli. That's the one that hurts. I mean, that's the bet right there that stings our day. Atalanta won, Roma won, and Napoli just didn't get it done. They were up 1-0. I tweeted all the stats actually at halftime. They were actually killing Spezia there at halftime. They had so many chances. They just couldn't quite finish one, but they did get a goal in the second half. They went up 1-0. Then they let a real bad goal to level it, but then Spezia got a red card. So they had about 15 minutes to play with the man advantage, and just uncalled for, they gave up a goal. The defender for Napoli completely gave up on the play. I assume he thought the ball was either going in the net or going just wide, and he just gave up, and Spezia pounced on the rebound after it bounced on the post. So just really unfortunate. When that happened, there was 5 or so minutes, and Napoli's not getting 2 goals in 5 minutes, just the way they were unable to finish throughout the majority of that game. So that one hurts. I mean, that one cost us profit on the day. That one hurts. I've pissed and moaned about it enough, and I certainly have turned the page, and I don't dwell on it, but that one hurt. I do appreciate everybody jumping on YouTube Live. We enjoyed a nice sweat riding that game out in this last 10-15 minutes, so I appreciate everybody jumping on. That was a lot of good time. Then our other soccer bet we made of the day was my soccer system on the Man United-Man City game. Man United didn't come through. They had an early goal themselves, called out for offside. City had a few chances. City won the game. I mean, City played. They were the better of the two teams, so that one just didn't quite work out. But then we bounced back in the NBA like I thought we would, and like I was really hoping we would. We've been hot so far here in the NBA season, and mainly with these player props, we've been really, really hot with them. So we got 2 of them to hit last night. Nance Jr. under 11.5. That was a nice good one. He ended the game with 10 points. It was a sweat there in the fourth quarter. He was at 10 points. I'm watching on ESPN's box score. He went to the free throw line, missed both free throws, and then it was, I think, 2 possessions later, he took a shot somewhere. It doesn't really say on the app. It just says he missed like a 17-foot jumper or something. So then he took a 2-point shot and missed that. So quite a sweat there. But as long as sweat's in the cash, I'll take it all day long. And that one did. And then Seth Curry over 13.5 points. That one cashed in the first quarter. First quarter cash. The man came out and shot 5 for 5 from 3-point range. Felt good that the research, paid off for that one nice and quick too. I love it when you just get the research to pay off quick. You don't expect it to, but when it just does, it really validates, the time that you put in. So I feel really good. Then you guys know the NBA Super 6 parlay we did. I can't imagine a lot of people did follow me on that. I know a few did, but we'll get one of those to cash eventually. We got 4 of those 6 winners. That we missed Golden State and we missed the Miami Heat are the 2 games, and it was unfortunate there that the Heat lost that game. They were right there all the way, up until that end. They went cold in the last couple minutes, but I'm going to keep doing those because, like I said, much like the soccer on the NBC Sports Predictor, we'll get a couple of those, a few of those to cash throughout the season. Those are going to be hard. And then the college basketball 100% profit boost, missed that one, took New Mexico plus 13. That game was over at halftime. New Mexico allowed Utah State to end the first half on a 35-7 run. That's all that game wrote. They clearly could not recover from that one, so went ahead and lost that pick. So, lost a little bit over a unit in soccer, but again, the NBA, won almost 1 point, almost 1.5 units. It would have been 1.63 units, but, got to subtract, obviously, that, Super 6 parlay that we did put in. And then, obviously, lost a unit there in college basketball. So, little damage on the day, not a whole lot, zero point 0.6 units. But, we are still positive on the week, so we're thankful for that. Being up positive at, 0.16 units on the week. So that's pretty good. But with that being said, let's just jump on into the NBA. I mean, we've been hot on the NBA. Let's stay on the NBA. The first game is Portland versus Minnesota. I'm sure already right now you guys know exactly where I'm going with that bet. We've rode the CJ McCollum train so far this season. We've put 5 bets in on McCollum, and he's cashed 4 of the 5 bets. So we're not going anywhere. We're not jumping off this train anytime soon. But there are a few things that I like about this game. So Portland's playing Minnesota. These two teams are number 7 and number 10 in getting the number of possessions per game. So I like that they're both getting a lot of opportunities throughout the game, pushing the tempo. Minnesota, defensive perspective, they're 21st in the league in allowing three-point made percentage. And then they're 29th in the league in just field goal percentage allowed overall. So defensively, they're allowing teams to, shoot the ball really well throughout the season. So like that. McCollum, he's averaging 4.9 made three-pointers on the season per game. And then in 4 of his 7 games, he's had 4+. And in 2 of his 3 home games, he's also had 4+. So that's the bet. It's CJ McCollum over 3.5 made three-pointers. And that comes in at plus 124 over FanDuel. You guys know my cutoff is minus 150. If you have a different cutoff and you're comfortable, over at DraftKings, you can do over 2.5 at minus 177. I mean, I obviously think he's going to get 4, so I'm completely comfortable with going over 3.5 in this and doing that. You guys remember the other time we did this, we did CJ McCollum's points total. The reason we did that is because his points total is at 22 and he averages 28. And that was a huge gap for me, so we had to jump on that. That was, easy money, so to speak, in terms of the research. Well, Sportsbook's adjusted. Now it's 25 points needed tonight as opposed to 23 or 22. So, Sportsbooks, they've gotten in line. So now we're going back to his three-pointer made, which we've gotten a few of these to cash on this season. So I'll hope that he stays hot on the home court that he generally does, and I'll just hope that sucker cashes for us. Then the other prop bet I've got for you here on the NBA is we're going to go ahead and look at this Cavs team. They're playing the Grizz. The Grizz are at home. I'm going to look at Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson for the Grizz is averaging 16 points per game. In 4 of his 7 games, he's had 14-plus games. He's averaging 14.5 field goal attempts per game. He's averaging 3 free throws per game. And that excludes the first game when they just got blown out by the Spurs. In all of his games, he's had made threes in all but 1, and even in that game where he didn't have a made three-pointer, he went 0 for 4. So he's still putting the ball up. He's attempting almost 5 three-pointers per game, so he's not scared to take his shot. And the Cavs are on the back end of a back-to-back. The starters only sat the last 4 minutes of that game. We know exactly what happened last night in that Cavs game because we were monitoring it for our Lance Jr. prop. So Cavs on the back end of a back-to-back. Grizz here at home should be able to take advantage. Kyle Anderson should have him a real nice night. So Kyle Anderson over 13.5 points. Over 13.5 points, and that comes over at minus 108 over at FanDuel. All right, I've got a couple NFL bets for you guys. I want to go ahead and hit you with these NFL bets. Obviously, it's not until Saturday, but want to go and grab the line. It's obviously involving my Buffalo Bills. They're pulling one up against the Colts. Everybody knows that. I'm going to hit you with these 4 bets, and then I'll re-give you some of the justification I think I've given out a little bit earlier. But I'm going to go ahead and take Josh Allen over 299 passing yards, and that comes over at minus 106. I'm going to take Josh Allen over 2.5 passing touchdowns at plus 140. I'm going to take Stephon Diggs over 90.5 receiving yards, and that's at minus 112. And I'm going to take Stephon Diggs over 7.5 receptions, and that's at plus 120. And as you can see here, all 4 of those bets are made at DraftKings. Stephon Diggs is on the injury report this week. He hasn't practiced at all this week. I am not at all concerned that he will be playing this game. If by chance he doesn't play, then we just get our money back. But he's going to play, and he's going to completely kick ass on Saturday. So not worried about him not practicing this week. As for the justification here on these bets and why I think the Buffalo Bills will be passing all day long against these Colts, well, in the last 3 games, the Colts ranked 27th in pass completion percentage allowed at 70.45. They're 25th in passing TDs allowed at 2.3 per game. They're 30th in passing first downs allowed at 16.7, and they're 28th in the league at allowing 301 yards per game through the air in the last 3 games. So if they bring this secondary, I'm not concerned. Those same stats are 18, 12, 16, and 20 over the course of the season. So whether they bring the defense that's been average all season long, or they bring the defense that's struggling here in the last 3 games, the Buffalo Bills passing attack will easily be able to expose this. And the reason they're going to be passing it is because the Colts have a really good run defense. They're first in the league and rushing yards allowed per game at 52.7, and then they're first in the league at rushing yards per attempt at 3 yards per carry. So, I mean, if you're a coaching staff, you're not running. You're seeing these stats just like I am, and there's no way in hell you're going to run the ball. You're going to put the ball on your MVP's shoulders, and Josh Allen, franchise quarterback, has been killing it all season long. So I actually love all 4 of those bets. Obviously, we'll crank out some more bets on tomorrow's show. Still, a lot of the prop bets aren't up yet for a lot of the games. A lot of uncertainties, with the Rams, as one team, for example. So the books haven't quite populated their entire slate. But we'll obviously get in some teaser bets. We'll get in some against the spread bets. We've already got Bills -6, and we'll get in some more NFL bets on tomorrow's show, but wanted to go and hit you guys with those 4 prop bets that I've already put in. But let's have ourselves a day here in the NBA. Let's do really well. Let's just cash these 2 bets, get back into some real positive. We're positive, but let's get way up in the positive as we roll up in the NFL and just crush the NFL like we have been all season long. All right, guys, enjoy your Thursday. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's show. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.